Okay, so I saw a movie called "I Went to the Party." This is not a new release. This is a 5K remaster of a documentary that came out in 1989, directed by Les Blank.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And Les Blank, he made a lot of different documentaries on a lot of different subjects. But he made several documentaries on the subject of Southwest Louisiana and the Cajun culture in that area. And this movie specifically focuses on the music part of the culture. And so, like his other documentaries, he just kind of drops you in that place, and you meet the locals, these eccentric people who, you can barely understand them because they have those thick Cajun accents. Some of them speak mostly French. And you get kind of a rundown of the music and how it kind of came together, this kind of weird melting pot of cultures, and how it evolved throughout the years up until 1989, and how it ironically became, as someone in the movie says, Americanized, even though it's like a uniquely American melting pot culture. But it was so distinct from everywhere else in the country and every other kind of music that it kind of was Americanized. And it's, I'm a method film critic, so I actually watched this movie in Southwest Louisiana. So and it's just really good. It's like all Les Blank's other documentaries. They're just really, I guess you would say, like flavorful. They have a lot of personality to them.
So you said it's 5K, or it's a 5K remaster?
Yeah, but don't ask me what that means. I don't know how that. Compares to 4K or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be. I guess the impression is it's much higher resolution, but clearly you didn't see it on a 5K screen.
No,
but you saw this before, though. You saw it before, right? Or
no, I've seen his other documentaries on the subject of Southwest Louisiana, but not this one.
Okay, so I mean, how did it look in terms visually?
Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, it looked clear, but not too clear, where it still looks like a kind of an old timey. I mean, not old timey. It's 1989, but it still has that sheen where it looks like an older movie.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Looks like celluloid.
Talk about how that person said that the Cajun music was getting Americanized. Do they show what that means in the documentary? Like in what way? In what context is he saying that?
Yeah, so it kind of happens around in the 50s when rock and roll started to get popular, and that kind of changed the flavor of the music. A lot of musicians started to, they started to become interested in like Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis, Hank Williams, and other people, and they started adopting their styles. And this kind of very unique culture started to become watered down a little bit, to the point where today, if you go in that area today, you don't really see that many people that speak French or play that kind of music anymore. So.
Yeah, so you haven't heard the Pat Boone Cajun album? Or?
Oh my!
I have not.
Too funny. Oh my god!
All right. So what rating did you give that?
I think I put a 9 on that one.
Yeah.
I just want to know real quick. Sorry. How would you compare this with Les Blank's other documentaries? As how, do you like this one more, the same, or less, or?
They feel to me like almost one big documentary. So it's kind of hard to say. To me, that culture has always been about the food. So he made one specifically about the food, and I think I like more.
Oh wow!
I relate to that more. But this one, it kind of fits in nicely in that little, whatever you want to call it, that group of Cajun documentaries.
Nice.
So I'll just ask for the uninitiated. What is the West Blank style of documentary? How would you describe that?
Well, I would say it's very hands off, and it's very, you just kind of get to know the locals. It's like a very grassroots approach. So the people being interviewed, they're not, they're not academics. They're not at LSU. They're just kind of the locals. They're just kind of the guy on his rocking chair, telling the story about, what he remembers growing up or whatever. And so it's from the bottom up. It's not, it's not academic, right?
Yeah.
Don't you love how Les Blank, and I think this is why he's such an amazing filmmaker, manages to make people just he's able to get the stories and comfort out of people, but he has this ability of making what seems something you don't even want to go near seem so beautiful and connective, and he takes away those layers of fear and naivete. That's why I love his films, all of them, because he just takes you in. I don't know how he does it, but they're all like that.
Well, they have that home video feel to them, where they feel very comfortable. You feel at home when you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not being lectured to or anything like that.
You're not. Yeah, like I said, it's not academic. It's not like, hey, dummy, here's the story about this thing you don't know anything about.
And here's why. Let me tell you why they said this or why this happened.